So welcome to a new video.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything is complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up.
I've been in the studio a little while this morning already. I think it's about 11 o'clock-ish. And I've been a busy bee. I've been trying to get the footage ready to give to James to do some editing for me. And I needed to finish off the voiceover part. So I've done that now and given him the footage. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's all okay. So as we know, life can be a bumpy ride. We get the ups and we get the downs as well as the bits in the middle. So at the moment, life is a little bit bumpy, but that's okay. And I've had to say no to a couple of things in the last couple of weeks, quite big things as well, things which would have been really lovely to say yes to, but I've had to turn them down. And now I've got to that point where I've been taking care of my boundaries and saying no where hopefully I need to. I am feeling a little bit lighter for it, so that's really, really good. Although I am a little bit sad to say no. It's weighing it up, isn't it? We've talked about this a few times now, a few weeks ago, I think. Yeah, saying no is a big, important part of boundary setting and self-care. And maybe the other reason why I'm not really that put together today is because I've not been feeling very well. I've been under the weather since about Thursday, and this is the first day I've actually got back into the studio. So I didn't come in Thursday or Friday, and I didn't come into the studio over the weekend or yesterday either. And the other thing is that we have given up coffee. So I think today is the 10th day without coffee. And I don't know if we're going to continue without the coffee, but I just felt it would be nice to have, for me anyway. I mean, James decided as well that he wanted to have a break from coffee, but I felt like I wasn't absorbing all the nutrients in my food properly, and I tend to get a little bit anemic, so I just thought it was important that I was absorbing all my nutrients. And the other reason I wanted to give up was because I didn't feel it was helping my anxiety either. It was kind of making me feel a bit more jittery at certain times, even though I only had 1 cup a day and I kind of drank it really, really slowly throughout the morning. I have noticed a difference without the coffee, definitely less jittery and less anxious, and also missing that little boost a little bit as well, if I'm really, really honest. I've not had one yet anyway, I've not caved yet. So I'm having a parcel delivered today. It's about 2 o'clock, between 2 and 4 anyway. So I'm going to go home in a couple of hours. So I don't know quite what I'm going to get done this morning. I've got to do a couple of things. I need to write the little letter that goes with the Patreon post with the You've Got Mailed Here. And then we're going to package all those up. So I'm just choosing what we're going to have for our Patreon mail, and then, yeah, checking a little bit of the stock. I'm just going to show you, James made a really fantastic little cubby. Hang on a sec, just pull out of it. So it's for our postcard size mini prints, and it's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, just grab what we need, which ones we need, and we can see which are lower in stock and which ones we've got loads of, and then pack them in our little parcels for our shop orders. So that makes life really, really easy. And then just cover it up like that so that the sun doesn't get to it, and bleach any of the designs. And I've got a few more in here, a few more postcards. There's Airy Fairy. And yeah, so I think he's going to build another one next to it. So we'll have a whole shelf of them, which will be quite cute. I gave James 3 of the lilies that I repotted last week. I did some more repotting. I didn't film it because I thought you'd seen enough of me repotting last week. So yeah, I've got some, these are the babies, and then we've got the teenagers. I think James took a teenager as well. There's a teenager. This was the daddy. And James took 2 of the mummies. So let's have some tea. Well, you might be having coffee, but I'm not having coffee. So I have to be really honest, I'm not doing very well today, I have to say. But I've done my best, and at least I've come in, at least I made it in this morning. And I have been awake since way before 6 a.m. this morning, which isn't that early, I suppose, but it felt really early this morning. Yeah, I'm just gonna get on with a couple more bits and bobs before I need to go home, and then I can work from the bid office, which I think might be the best plan today, and then try again tomorrow to come in. I thought I'd do a little car vlog this morning because I haven't done a car vlog for a few weeks. And yeah, I feel absolutely terrible this morning because I haven't slept very well. And I haven't had my coffee to counter that. I'm having crazy weather at the minute because last night or yesterday evening we had the hailstorm, and then this morning it's bright blue sky and sunshine. There's lots of fluffy clouds as well, and it's not warm. It's definitely a nip in the air. So the studio will be really pretty to work in. But guess where I want to be? Yeah, I want to be in the bid office. James said to me this morning, well, just have a coffee. There's no judgment or anything. We've not promised ourselves we'll do it. We just said we wanted a break. We didn't say how long. And I was like, I just feel like I want to have a little bit of a longer break from it. So yeah, I didn't sleep very well. I woke up at about 3:45, which is kind of my usual time. which is the witching hour, isn't it? It's a magical time, creative time, and sometimes I read or write, but last night I decided to try and get back to sleep, and it didn't happen. So I got up around 6:30, I think, just before 6:30. James was already up doing the washing up. I know everybody wants a James. And he's gone in on his push bike this morning, and it's quite a way. It probably takes him about 40 minutes or so, and he goes fast on his bike. He goes cross country, so not on this main road that I'm on, and he loves it. And then he'll bike home later as well.
Wow, wow. I could lie wide awake and leave my...
Scan.
Let's go. Oh dear, I've been really trying to have an art day today and I've got to about 12 o'clock. I have done a little bit, so that's good, and I'm quite happy with these two. These two are my favourites at the minute, I think. And then that one went really wrong, so I think I'm going to go over it with black again, and this one as well. So yeah, not too much progress, but a little bit of progress is better than none. And I've just got back to the studio. I've been out just briefly to pick up a parcel with James. And I haven't switched my laptop on even today because, yeah, I couldn't face the screen really. Tired eyes. But I think I'm going to give myself a little break today and then come back in the morning, paint again tomorrow morning, and then see if I can edit this video for you tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I still need to add some shadows on here on the leaves, and I'm not sure about this this really bright green. Just had a little chat with James about them, so I think I'm gonna change the really bright green because I quite like the natural colours of that one. Yeah, these are kind of the two that are more stylized, I think, than the others, but I think that's why I like them. Anyway, it's given me some ideas of what to do on the ones I still don't like, so that's quite helpful. So yeah, sorry if I look really, really tired. I could go over these with black gesso now, but I can't get the lid off. So yeah, I could ask James, to be fair. I really can't get the lid off, it's stuck. I'm going to take it as a sign that I can't get the lid off and go home. I did my best, so pat on the back for that. I did my best, I did try, and I didn't give up this morning. And I'm not super excited by my results, so it's even harder to keep going, isn't it, with creativity when you're not excited by the outcomes. But there may be a breakthrough just around the corner. That's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. I slept a lot better last night and only woke up a couple of times and got back to sleep pretty quickly. And wow, do I feel so much better. Sometimes when I lie awake at night, sleepless, I repeat the phrase, I am calm, I am safe, I am loved, over and over, and often it helps me fall asleep again. One of the comments last week mentioned the breathe in love and breathe out stress for getting to sleep, and I love that, so thank you if that was you commenting. I tried this last night, but changed the word stress to the word fear, and it seemed to work very well. Breathe in love, breathe out fear, over and over until I got to sleep. The lack of sleep definitely has an impact on my creative flow. When I get to the studio, I am simply too tired to paint, and the fear of making bad art is stronger than ever. This week I've been finding a balance between the burnout, exhaustion, and artist block, and finding my flow again. As you may have seen from my recent videos, I've been going through a period where I just feel dissatisfied with my results. I really wanted to push through these barriers and make improvements to my work, but ended up just making more bad art. Last week I switched to watercolours, and that helped shift something, free me up if you like. This week I revisited the little canvas flower squares, and I had around a 50% success rate, and also noticed that all the times things didn't work out, I was learning something, so everything was valuable. The mistakes, in inverted commas, were feeding into the successes, and I was playing again. It reminded me of the Picasso quote, "Inspiration exists, but it has to find you working." This is such a good reminder, as I've sat the past few weeks in my studio feeling the resistance, and yet I've pushed through some of the blocks by making a commitment, and dare I use the discipline word, to further my progress. And I know some do say only create when the muse finds you, and when you are in flow, in the zone if you like. But for me, I think if I did that, I wouldn't create much art. I'd just sit nervously, biting my fingernails. So even though I love doing what I do, I acknowledge there are hard parts, the parts that can feel like a struggle. And even if I don't love everything I make, I can love the process of doing it. And when the breakthroughs do happen, I can celebrate my progress. With courage, commitment, and concentration, I'm dedicated to finding my way. My art wants to move and grow as much as I do. I also remind myself that I, alongside my creativity, am a constant, ongoing work in progress. So I haven't touched the one at the top, and then these two here I've been playing a little bit with, adding some brighter colours and glazes. I've worked on all the leaves of the four and got rid of that green I didn't like, and then tried to keep the leaves as loose as I could, really, without being too precise and exact. So I'm not sure if I've succeeded there. I don't mind them too much, and I certainly prefer it now I've got rid of some of that really bright green. And yeah, I've just tried to stay loose, worked a little bit on the backgrounds, tonal values on these two. I think most of all I'm happy that I have pushed through and tried to smash the barriers, if you like, of creativity. And obviously I made a whole video about art takes courage, didn't I? So if you've not seen that, I'll link that somewhere. But yeah, it so does, especially at the moment, and especially pushing through the tiredness as well. So today is Thursday. I'm not sure if I'll paint tomorrow. I might give myself the day off because I've worked really hard and I've worked through my tiredness and I've worked through my creative barriers as well. Yeah, a bit of burnout and a bit of creative block. But I'm proud of myself that I've just shown up for myself and come to the studio and had a go. The no expectations and no pressure approach. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you could subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and maybe I'll see you in my other places online. You can follow me on Instagram. I'll link that somewhere up there. So thanks for keeping me company in my studio while I've been going through my ups and downs. And let me know in the comments if you've been suffering from exhaustion, lack of sleep, or artist or creator's block. And what are the things that you do to overcome your creator's block? Do you have any tips for everybody? We'd love to hear them. I hope you find some time this week to be creative, whatever that might look like for you. And perhaps you've been going through a creative block recently. And if so, I hope you can find some courage to continue on your journey. Loads of love and pig soft hugs. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on.